Hi, welcome to day 79. It's official, I think. Uptober has pretty much started. Look at this massive God candle we got at 11 p.m. October 13. I didn't stream last night. I did turn out to be busy because apparently it's Thanksgiving in Canada, and I didn't know that. But everybody else let me know eventually. So happy Thanksgiving, I guess. And we are thankful for the price of Bitcoin going up 5.41% and being at 66,000. It was 66,000, okay? 66,512 was our highest for today. And we're just taking a little breather, 65,900, a little bit of a correction, which is more than fair enough because of this massive movement that we just got already. I'm going to adjust the super trend level to $63,995.19. Pretty much support at 64,000. If we maintain that, we will continue with our uptrend, and I believe we can. We might still see some correction, though. We did peak at 66,500. I don't have any specific levels over here at the moment as to why we would have peaked here, but I have an estimation as to where we may go next, which I'll talk about in a second. Let's just return here back in time. So remember this downtrend that we had? So yes, that did get broken. I lost on a trade here trying to short because we were changing trends, and I was notified of that a bit too late when we had this kind of like V-shaped recovery. We reached the lows 58,900, right? 59,000 pretty much. From there, we recovered immediately the next day to like 63,000. Then we stayed slow Saturday, sad Sunday, not too much movement, breaking that smaller uptrend by staying pretty much lateral from that point. And we did have this little downtrend that kept us in check before we were able to move up until we finally found our support here, pretty much near the super trend area. I have to stop saying pretty much. At the super trend area, pushing the price upwards, breaking out to the top side as the triangle here closed in harder. So this is the current trend. We have something fully defined at the moment for Bitcoin. This is the uptrend that we see right now, this line, which is perfect. It broke this downtrend as well as the longer term downtrend from the high. We're pretty much at the, I said pretty much again, we are at the same high that we saw over here as our resistance zone. This line is officially broken. So from here, yeah, we're officially at an uptrend. So let's see how far we can go from here. My estimation is we will reach the 60. Okay, and then after that, hold on. See here. Okay, I'm in. From there, we have that downtrend that we are practically supposed to slow down at, which that is where I have my positions opened here. So 68,000. We're making some good money with our DCA positions so far, and I have my profits at this zone right here, 68,000. So we'll see how well that performs. In the meantime, just gotta wait to see if we can break out. That's what we slowed down over here because it was the same high that we experienced before. And then from there, obviously breaking 67,000 zone would be easy to reach 68,000. And then we might see some slowdown around this zone, 68 to 69,000. We might congest ourselves a little bit there, then have a harder breakout. Because a lot of it, the reason it's gone up this much, by the way, is because of the short squeezes, supply shocks as well. Exchange reserves are low, a lot of demand for Bitcoin at this time. Everybody knows it's Uptober, so it's all reflecting itself on the price at the moment. That's why we are heading upwards a little bit more, which is a good thing. Apart from that, let's look at the other coins. Ethereum is also up 7% today, which is a huge movement for something as slow as Ethereum. Look at that. So we went from 2,400 to 2,600 approximately. I could have made more profit here, but I had my trade set as a 1 to 2. This was a trade that I entered here. Let me just get the details for it, and here it is. it was a pretty good trade, actually. Like, it didn't go negative, even though, you know, we were pretty flat. It almost hit a profit over here, but returned back to its original price. Eventually, it did break out and head upwards. I do want to see how much I could have made, though. Yeah, 1 to 7, let's just say, realistically. That would have been, what, $700? Cool. I didn't do that, though, so that sucks. It's okay. We also entered into Solana, apparently, which we lost. Anyways, yeah, let's check out Solana. It's also up another 7% today. $157.70. This is my analysis, I guess. We were stuck within this range, and we were at the bottom of it. So I was expecting, hey, you know, we might bounce back up, but no, it didn't. It didn't work out, unfortunately. It hit the bottom first before it bounced up, so my idea was correct, but just the levels were not as correct. I probably should have done something more like this to put my stop loss out of this zone. Something like that. But then my profit would have to be somewhere different. I don't think this would have worked out regardless, so I'll accept the loss there. It's fine, but still, it did have a nice breakout to the upside, and it's currently slowed down at a maximum of 158 is what Solana reached today. Binance is up 3.57% as well, and it's $591 at the moment. It did flip negative for a while during that period of time during Saturday, Sunday, where the price was pretty flat. Sunday night, it started pumping, as did everything else, but it didn't have too much of a movement, in my opinion, compared to the rest of the coins. I do feel like I do want to do something about this whole Binance situation that I've got. But longer term, it has maintained a healthy uptrend, as you can see here, right? 1, 2, I only have it drawn until here, and it's respected the line 3, 4 more times. So that's pretty decent. Super trend line, I'll adjust it to 5758006. Would I enter any trades? Probably, yeah. Let's check if we can find anything in the 5-minute chart as of right now. It's been in an upswing for a while now, so currently no entries, and I think it might have already exhausted enough movements from today because of, you know, massive pumps. I'm not sure if we can continue with these pumps, so it's better to wait it out and wait till the next day to see if we can find anything, or, you know, if it corrects and then we know for sure it will continue with its uptrend. That would be an ideal scenario for me to find an entry in the price of anything, really, any asset. Most of them are similar movements. The only thing that's got a bit of a different movement is SUI, which reached all-time high levels yesterday, and today it did its correction, and it didn't follow the rest of the market, it seems like. It is currently down 4.70%, and it's $2.19. SUI reached $2.36. This was 13th of October. Yeah, it was yesterday while I was not streaming. It bounced off of its previous all-time high on the 12th of October, which is something that I noticed. And it did have its correction. It pumped up, broke its new all-time high, so we will officially draw our line up here. That is the new all-time high level for SUI, and it's currently making its correction, which, fair enough. It is respecting its other high from before, October 7, as its support level now. Its resistance became support. So yeah, let's see if we're able to maintain its current uptrend, which also seems super healthy at the moment. Super trend also moved up, so I'm going to adjust this to 2.1099. There we go. Perfect. And that's all we have for the cryptocurrencies that we mainly follow throughout the day, which is great. Next up, well, let's get to some news. News reporter time. So as I mentioned, today was Thanksgiving. I showed Pierre Poilievre. Let's talk about Justin Trudeau. I did previously share the news that his own party members of parliament, the Liberal government, are trying to get him to resign and replace him with someone new. And so far, they're looking at Andrew Bevin as the new campaign chair, as some members of parliament reportedly band together to ask their leader to step down. So realistically, nobody likes Trudeau, and they don't want to wait another year because the Canadian elections is in October 2025, so next year. They don't want to wait that long. Let's see if the pressure gets to him and he ends up resigning, or maybe making us suffer for another year. I'm fine with it. I really don't care. But I would rather Pierre Poilievre come back into office because the taxes are outrageous and the crime is also outrageous. He's promising to stop all that, which is a good thing for Canada in general. Let's drop down to United States. Kamala Harris. She was going to have some press conference where she would talk more about her crypto policies today. So people were excited. Like, would she mention anything about Bitcoin? Of course. And this is what she mentioned. Her crypto regulation plan. She proposed a cryptocurrency regulatory framework aimed at protecting black men who invest in crypto as part of her opportunity agenda for black men. So it's clearly all just a nothing burger and racist at this point. She's only favoring black men with this investment plan, right? It includes forgivable loans for black entrepreneurs, a health initiative for black men, and the legalization of recreational marijuana. While Kamala's team highlights crypto's potential to expand financial access, some leaders in the black crypto community criticize the plan for its narrow focus and lack of inclusivity, myself included. What the heck is this? It's not going to help anything, in my opinion. Yeah, she's basically copying what Barack Obama has said. He's been trying to also shame black men for not voting Kamala Harris. He's saying, come on, black men, she's a black woman. You guys should vote for her for president, which that should not be the case. You shouldn't vote based off of somebody's the color of their skin, rather by what they hold in their policies and, things like that. I already know that Trump is a better candidate, so I can't vote, but still I would endorse Trump in that way. For Kamala Harris, like, you can see her policy right here. It's just, what is this, right? Even Tim Walz apparently said, we can't have 4 more years of this, referring to the Biden-Harris administration. But like, isn't Kamala Harris what she was doing in the last 4 years, and he doesn't want 4 more years? I'm pretty sure he was like talking about, no more Joe Biden. Now it will be Kamala Harris leading the country. But like I said, she has already been included in that. Joe Biden has even confirmed all of his decisions were also with the influence of her. It's not like he left her out in any of the United States decisions. She was always involved. And, well, we see where the United States is currently politically and economically, right? Not that great. So, I don't know. But Tim Walz is known for misspeaking usually. And I don't know, a lot of weird stuff going on with Tim Walz. There you go. Here's the Barack Obama talking to the black men voters, and overall the whole media is just noticing that this is the worst week yet for Kamala Harris. The Dems are in damage control, the Democrats. You can just see, like, I guess her desperation due to like the polls that are currently going on. Either the other polls are showing that they're very close, Kamala Harris still in the lead, but they're still very close with Trump, or you look at Polymarket where it's an 11% lead at this point, right? It's just crazy high numbers. She wants to debate him again. Trump, of course, said no, she only wants to debate me because she's losing the race, and I'm not going to give her that attention anymore. She can go on the media all she wants and try to force like more of her appearance out there to try to get people to vote for her, but she's really just making a fool of herself at this point, unconsciously. Her campaign has reportedly faced intense backlash this week after a series of media gaffes, with pundits calling it a humiliating blitzkrieg. Kamala's response has left interviewers and viewers frustrated, including stumbling over immigration policy, sidestepping inflation questions, and giving unclear answers on the U.S.-Mexico border security. Sources say Democrat leaders are deeply concerned, fearing her lack of clarity will weaken the ticket, and even Biden has distanced himself after Kamala's approval rating dropped sharply among key voter groups. There you go. Even Joe Biden is just throwing her under the bus. It seems like she is on her own at this point, and the people behind the Dems, like Barack Obama, are like trying to do their best to save her, but it's kind of not working out. It's all backfiring. The Democrats are scrambling, some now questioning if she can hold up the campaign in 2024, with even Obama stepping up in his public support addresses to try and right the ship. So yeah, like they're in damage control mode. TLDR, not good for Kamala Harris. On the other hand, Donald Trump is very assertive. He knows what he's going to do. He has already done it before. People agree with how well he handled the country before, and that's why I'm expecting a landslide victory for Donald Trump. He mentioned in a tweet here he believes it's very important that Kamala Harris passes a test on cognitive stamina and agility. Apparently, she accused Trump of not taking one of those medical tests. But anyway, her actions have led many to believe that there could be something very wrong with her. Even 60 Minutes and CBS, in order to protect lying Kamala, illegally and unscrupulously replaced an answer she had given, which I did share with you guys before when he asked her, like, it seems like the 60 Minutes interviewer asked Kamala Harris, it seems like the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is kind of ignoring you guys and doing whatever he wants. What's your response to that? And her original response was just a word salad. Yeah, we are, something about the Middle East, and yeah. And then they uploaded that, okay? They deleted it, they edited that part out, they replaced it with just a random phrase of Kamala Harris being assertive, still making no sense, but whatever. It wasn't her stuttering her way through that sentence. And then they re-uploaded it. So, and apparently CBS has done the same thing. Okay. With an answer that had nothing to do with the question asked. Yeah, it was replaced with something totally bonkers with another answer. Had nothing to do with the question that was asked. Also, she is slow and lethargic in answering even the easiest of questions. We went through almost 4 years of that. We shouldn't have to do it again. And, I'm pretty sure Trump truly does believe this, because he had a dinner with billionaires, and he called Kamala Harris a retard while speaking to the people around him, unaware that, of course, some people were obviously around and would report this. But it's fine. It's all right. He's gonna be the president. It's fine. I don't remember if I mentioned this because this was from October 12th, so I might have mentioned it. But yes, just to confirm, Donald Trump will be going on Joe Rogan's podcast, the biggest podcast ever. I know I did share that he might attend Joe Rogan's podcast based off of what Elon Musk had said, that, yeah, that's going to happen. But now here's confirmation for sure. Yes, he is going on. And I can't wait for that to come out. It should be coming out before the election, of course. So we should be expecting that in the next week or so. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they talk about. Trump is also calling for, this is even good policies that he's putting out, the death penalty for illegal immigrants who murder an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. That would absolutely get rid of the crime. Perfect, right? What Donald Trump really wants, though, it's not like trying to oppress all illegal immigrants. Well, all immigrants, I should say. Illegal ones, sure. But he wants people to come into the country legally. They have to come in for love of the country, right? That makes sense, right? It's reasonable to think that, compared to what's going on right now under the Biden-Harris administration. He also announced a plan to hire 10,000 new Border Patrol agents, and he said he will be asking Congress to immediately approve a 10% raise for all agents, along with a $10,000 retention and signing bonus. That's pretty good, right? And due to this, of course, the Border Patrol Union, on behalf of the 16,000 men and women represented by the National Border Patrol Council, they strongly support and endorse Donald J. Trump for President of the United States. There you go. Big endorsement for Donald Trump from the actual Border Patrols, right? They're not endorsing Kamala Harris under the current administration, so there you go. Here's some spooky news as well. Of course, because of this, I have some conspiracy theories, but we'll go through it together. So he might have just dodged another assassination attempt. That's the third one for the record, right? Another assassination attempt on Donald Trump. There was a man arrested outside his Coachella rally when he went to where was it? California? Yeah, California, I think. Whatever. In Coachella, there is a man who was arrested with an illegally obtained shotgun, a loaded handgun, and fake VIP passes, and he reportedly expressed an intent to kill the president, is what he said. So he got arrested, of course, and then he was let out on a $5,000 bail, which is like, what is even going on? Why do you let this guy out again after his SoCal rally? His name is Vem Miller, and he actually went on Alex Jones's show right here. He had an interview with him, and he was setting the record straight that he was going to kill the president. Whoever said he never said that. He never said he was going to kill the president. And he said that he was just they were given bad info, and sure, he might have been arrested with that stuff and fake VIP passes, but still that's suspicious. Because I do remember like the sheriffs or the police officers from that area, when they arrested him, said, we might have just stopped another assassination attempt. They were kind of like bragging about it, so I'm not sure about the authenticity of that. But yeah, still, like, what is even going on? This is all just a confusing situation. At least nothing bad happened, but still, I feel like more research needs to be done into this guy and the intent of what he was doing there, right? It doesn't make sense. And apparently he has support. He's a Trump supporter, apparently, because he's going to the rallies. He went to the RNC convention as well. He was very, very close and took a picture with Donald Trump Jr. Like, what is even going on? I have no idea. It's all very, very odd. And this just further deepens the plot, the conspiracy theory that I have. And it's also from Alex Jones, I'm not going to lie. He said that they're going to try to kill Trump and blame it on Iran so that they can start the Third World War. He's talking about the Democrats, the deep state, whatever it is, right? And then, like, after this, Joe Biden comes out with the remarks, any attempt to kill Donald Trump would be an act of war, he warns Iran. He's thinking that Iran is behind all these assassination attempts, which we have seen some news about that, but we don't know, like I said, the authenticity of that, because all the Trump assassin attempters are very sketchy people, right? So it's all up in the air at this point. United States, speaking of Middle East, they deployed more military forces to Israel. Netanyahu approves plans to attack Iran. Sure, we knew about this for a while now, like, oh, they're going to retaliate against Iran for the attacks that they did on October 1st. But still nothing has happened. There have always been like, oh, they're going to attack in the next 48 hours. It's kind of the same fear, or that looming fear, right, that they're giving to Iran. Like, oh, we're going to attack you soon. We're going to attack either your nuclear facilities or your oil and natural gas reserves. So we still don't know anything at this point, but he's coming out with this kind of news, right? Like, he's approving plans to attack Iran. He's calling the United Nations peacekeepers to get out of Lebanon. So yeah, possibilities of war, which that's why I wouldn't really trust this. I mean, it's still good, but the up movement that we're seeing from Bitcoin, but it can all just drop at the news of war. Sure, these are just rumors at this point, and it's all bark and no bite kind of deal. Nobody's really attacking anyone yet, but there's just a lot of preparation going on, a lot of tensions escalating, right? Just tension. But it's nothing too serious at this given moment. So that's all we have for that. And here's another World War III alert, of course, is... I did mention this to you guys before, right? The three places where we have war at the moment is Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan. Why? Because Russia attacked Ukraine, Iran attack Israel, and China going to attack Taiwan because they believe Taiwan belongs to them. It seems like they are encircling Taiwan and appear poised for an imminent invasion, which is what we don't want. And it kind of explains all that stimulus that China has been getting, all this, you've seen their stock market rising like crazy because they're injecting a lot of liquidity into their economy and announcing possible rate cuts and everything like that. So might be all in preparation for war. They need money for war kind of deal, and war can make money as well. So possibly corrupt. I don't know. The Taiwanese companies manufacture nearly 70% of the world's semiconductors and around 90% of the most advanced chips. If the world loses Taiwan's production capacity, no other company will be able to fill the gap. So the elections will have very real consequences, and you can buy Nvidia, and that will shoot up higher, possibly. But apparently, okay, we did get a community note about this. These are apparently just drills where China will just surround Taiwan with boats and warplanes and everything. It's common apparently with China doing similar ones earlier this year and in prior years. I do recall this happening before earlier this year. So contrary to the post, apparently according to the community notes, Taiwan is not surrounded, and China would need to move a substantial amount of troops and ships in place for any hypothetical invasion. Because, of course, the United States will protect Taiwan. They will protect Israel. They will protect Ukraine. At least that's what they're saying. I don't know. Hopefully they don't fund another war, because we can't have that. But yeah, that's what the news was, that China was encircling Taiwan. But apparently, like, this kind of rumor has had no effect on the price of like Bitcoin, of course. We've just seen it continue going upwards. Unless something actually happens, like an actual attack happens, that's when we'll start seeing some drops. But for now, people are fine with risking their money into high-risk assets, of course, like Bitcoin, the first thing that would come to mind. And the rest of cryptocurrencies, of course, the altcoins, you see how much they've increased as well. Except for Sui, for whatever reason. You know, because of the correction. It reached all-time high, give it a break. There's also rumors circulating that Google may be attempting to suppress the Bitcoin bull market by removing the price chart during searches. I don't remember if I showed this other chart before of, like, you know, the relevant Google searches that people will show. For example, it will show like the interest of people on a certain topic over time, right? You will see that retail interest in Bitcoin is at a pretty low point in terms of people who search up the word Bitcoin on Google, right? Or anything Bitcoin related. It's at a low point at this time, which, of course, it's a bullish sign, because that means retail has no interest in buying Bitcoin. Not all retail at the moment compared to what it was in 2021, right? So once, of course, Bitcoin starts reaching all-time high levels, more media will start talking about it. More people will see that, will start FOMOing in, because that's the retail brain. They start buying things when things are already high, right? And then that's why 80% of retail ends up losing their money, is the statistics, something like that. But anyways, it seems like Google at this time is also censoring, I guess. They're hiding of course, if you know about Bitcoin, you can look it up. You'll get a lot of results for it. But if you look up like Bitcoin, it will not show like the price chart. I don't know if it still is a thing. Bitcoin price. Yeah, they removed the chart. Like, it's not here. But apparently, if you look up literally any other coin, like XRP, Dogecoin, you'll see the chart. This is the chart that I'm talking about, right? Literally anything. You can look up any stock, any Forex pair. You'll see the price chart for it on Google. Like, I don't know, USD CAD. You see this, right? If you look up Bitcoin, you don't get this anymore. Why are they trying to hide this? Nobody knows yet. Conspiracies can go wild here. But yeah, cool, whatever. Doesn't affect me, but it sucks that Google is doing all this censorship. They also did the same thing with like censoring Donald Trump, or if you look up Donald Trump, you'll get Kamala Harris propaganda, which, whatever. Anyways, off topic. Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, we already know is he's always selling his stuff, especially meme coins as well, and donating it to charity. So good for him, I guess. More use case on Ethereum, probably. But it did have a great movement. That's what I do like about Ethereum today. Had a nice movement. We can be thankful for that on this Thanksgiving Day. But I'm not thankful for is not putting a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 7. But hey, I'm not a wizard. I would have never known that it would have gone up that much. Whatever, I'll take the profit where it is due. And I'm sure my DCA will save my portfolio once the coins reach 68,000. Once Bitcoin reached 68,000, that's where I'm taking the profits. If it drops, good, I'll rebuy it. I'll probably start accumulating at 60,000s again, although it's probably not that wise. But I mean, if we're truly in Uptober, we shouldn't see 60,000s again. Like any 60,000 mark after we've broken out of that 69, 70,000 mark. We've reached all-time high levels. November, Donald Trump wins. We're going to 80K. At least that's when what most stock analysts predict Bitcoin. Well, not stock analysts, just general analysts, right? They predict that Bitcoin will reach 80,000 if the Republicans win the election. So it has a big impact. Let's see how it plays out, though. I'll see how this is a pretty strong uptrend. Low point is here. We have a longer term uptrend here from this low point of Ethereum. Ever since this low, just in case, you know, we dip too hard, I'll have an idea as to where we can find a support. Would it be approximately there? A slow and steady increase from Ethereum. Ethereum deserves to be worth a lot more though, but it is being overshadowed by a lot of other L2s at the moment, which that makes sense, of course. Alright, cool. That's all we have for this. And, speaking of nothing, well, there's stock. Okay, there's politicians who trade stocks, right? Of course, a lot of them have insider info, and this account, Quiver Quantitative, is able to, because they have to disclose what they buy and sell on the stock market, right? All these famous they're not even famous, they're just politicians, right? Or members of parliament, whatever, from the United States. And this account tracks a portfolio. It's literally made a portfolio that tracks all these politicians' trades, and they get some crazy rate of returns, which is very suspicious and possibly illegal, right? Because they're trading based off of insider information. So, okay, here he says he built a bot that buys stocks that are being bought by politicians. It has been beating the market. By beating the market, what it means is, does your portfolio outperform the S&P 500, for example, is the biggest comparison. S&P 500 is all the top 500 US companies, and it's managed by account professionals that will, you know, add companies or remove companies that are underperforming or add companies that are performing very well, because they're the goal of that index is to increase money over time. It gives you an average of like a 10% rate of return annually. So your account balance should increase by 10% in a compound manner every year on average, right? Because some years you will have negative years on the S&P 500. Sure. Now, that's what it means. Like anything that you trade, does that outperform the S&P 500? These are crazy rate of returns. Okay, so here's some examples. Lockheed Martin, LMT is the ticker. On October 17, 2022, the strategy entered a position in Lockheed Martin. This came after purchases of up to 115,000 of Lockheed stock by Representative Scott Franklin. If you don't know what Lockheed Martin is, it buys you buy it so that they sell weapons, right? War stuff, right? Okay, make tanks or war equipment. I don't know. Things like that. So, the day after that position was entered by this insider trader, this representative, Lockheed announced better than expected quarterly revenue due to increased demand for its F-35 fighter jets, right? They make, okay, warplanes. And, this guy oversees government expenditures, and it's risen 18% of the following 2 months. Crazy returns like that. RTVN as well, 200K purchase, and it rose 25%, and 87% since that trade was made. Okay, 25% within 2 weeks, 87% since that trade was made on November 27. I'm assuming last year. Yeah. Or maybe 2022, I don't know. I didn't update the year from the last time it spoke. NGL Energy, April 10. $250,000 was purchased. a March 4, which was closed April 1st. Okay. And then it rose 75% over the next 6 months. That's crazy. And you make more money trading than what you get from your salary. Okay, well, there you go. Final thoughts. It's worth nothing that despite the performance of the Congress buys strategy, it may still be held back by weak disclosure regulations. Members of Congress are given 45 days to disclose transactions, so that can be a big brain play. If you buy something, you wait 45 days to announce it, right? And, you know, people won't know that you bought that immediately, right? So that they don't buy into whatever insider info you already have in mind. And that could possibly play out within the 45 days. As you see, this person gets like in 2 weeks, thus in 45 days, a 25% rate of return. Members of Congress are given 45 days. Yeah, until Congress does manage to do a better job regulating itself, you can check out Quiver to see their most recent trades and track their whatever strategy. Yeah, just interesting stuff like that, of course. Cool. That's all I wanted to talk about. Well, 36 minutes. Cool. Uptober is back. Let me write this stuff down in my trading workbook that I have. I have to open it. So let me do that. And let me show that. Okay, here we go. So we entered Solana, we entered Ethereum. Solana was the first trade to exit, so we'll write down Sol. Closed on October 12th. We entered Solana at $146.09. Yeah, it rounded up. And we closed it at 145.60 because the price dropped before going up. And what hurts the most, well, okay, fine. We may have lost $89, but what hurts the most is the commission of $12 on top of that. So it's like we lost 100-something dollars there. Stop loss was triggered. Fair. We're currently very negative in our portfolio, which is not a good thing. But I've been DCAing, and that will save my portfolio, so I just gotta wait. And that's all. I should probably start DCAing in the 60,000 zones. I don't even know what to do. Because I just got cash on the side and I don't know what to put it into at this moment. I'm expecting a drop. And I might be waiting too long for it. And, you know, I might miss the train, but I don't want to enter because of FOMO. So you tell me when the price will go up. But yeah, okay, anyways, Ethereum. Whoops, that's not there. We entered at 2,443, closed at 2,497, made 194 from that, minus $4. So there, that's our first winning trade ever since we've been negative. That hit a take profit. Could have been $700. We could have been much higher. I know. What could have probably saved me was a trailing stop. No, it would not have saved me. The reason why a trailing stop would not have saved me was because the price went up to here. So let me show you what I mean. Trailing stop looks like this, right? Price went up to here and up to here. It would have taken me out over here with like, I don't know, what is this, $80 possibly, if $100 is in the middle. So I would have lost there. I don't know. You have to like time it perfectly, and that's just not something that's easy to do regardless. Okay, so that trade is noted. And at this moment, I don't plan on entering anything. Unless maybe it's a short, but I'd be going against the trend, and I don't really want to do that. But I do believe in the fact that there will be corrections. This might swing upwards. I think it already did. Because we have this downswing over here. That's not a upswing, though. Yeah, it's not a valid upswing quite yet. Okay, well, this one might be. If the yellow crosses the red, sure. But Ethereum's a slow mover as well. Only suddenly will it have these large price spikes like that. I wasn't expecting, of course, Ethereum to drop as hard as it did. Like I'm talking since the 3,000 to the 2,000 zone. That was a crazy drop. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think we'll be seeing that far down, because if everything is close to its all-time high levels, I'm talking about things that did reach near all-time highs in March of this year. Ethereum reached $4,000 in March. And I would have expected Ethereum to stay around like 3,000, right? Especially when Bitcoin went from 70,000 to 60,000, right? Like Ethereum 3,000 is like saying Bitcoin 60,000, right? Ethereum 4,000 is like saying Bitcoin 70,000, all-time high levels, right? For both of them, which would make sense. But seeing Ethereum drop to where it is currently, this is like saying seeing Bitcoin in the 50,000 zones again, when Ethereum costs 2,000, right? 2,000, whatever this is. So, you know, I still have faith that there is a possibility of this still going up a long way, but as I've mentioned before, it is possibly overshadowed by the other L2s. I do want to check how, because they have an ETF as well, so that's another thing that it matches with Bitcoin. So let's check out the flows. Huge inflow from the ETFs for Bitcoin. This is for Bitcoin, and we, on top of that, we still have nothing reported from BlackRock. So who knows how much BlackRock bought today? Yesterday they bought nothing, but it was still a $253 million inflow. The past 3 days before that were outflow days, sure, but still this was a massive inflow day on October 7. Yeah, I think I've covered that one before. Okay, cool. 471 million inflow today. A lot of shorts liquidated. And those price spikes upwards will be a lot more common because of how many shorts are ready to be liquidated at this point, right? So that will be interesting. And okay, let's check Ethereum. Pretty dead, right? 1 million inflow, and that's from Fidelity. BlackRock is buying like about 10, 15, almost 20 million occasionally, right? It's not every day either. Yesterday they bought nothing. Well, yesterday was, well, this is not yesterday, it's October 11th. So that was Friday. Yeah, no. Seems like there's not a lot of attention being given to the Ethereum ETFs. And in total, like, you're at a net negative in Ethereum ETF outflows pretty much. You have like $544 million. And that's all thanks to Grayscale, of course. The ones that sell the most Ethereum. They have the most and they're just constantly selling. BlackRock, of course, is the biggest buyer, but it's not as crazy as how much they buy Bitcoin, say, for example. These guys only bought 1.2 billion Ethereum ETFs. The ETFs bought 1. I forgot the number, 1 billion, sure. In Bitcoin, though, they bought 21 billion, right? Compare that. 1 billion to 21 billion. It's 20 times bigger, or 20 times more likely that they will buy Bitcoin rather than Ethereum. So Ethereum, not too popular at the moment, but when things aren't popular, when they get popular, they will shoot up, explode in price. I still have faith, of course, for Ethereum. It's just upsetting to see how little attention it's getting as the top number 2 coin in the whole market cap, right? Will it get passed by anything at some point? I don't think so. Like, you need the market cap of Binance or Solana to more than triple, like quadruple, to reach that point, which I don't think that's going to happen, honestly. Ethereum is just the older one. It's been there the longest. It's more reliable. The only issue with it, of course, is the fees, the gas fees that everybody complains about. You can still do a lot with Ethereum, but there's so much fees that you have to pay. So people will opt for another option like Solana or Phantom. Or, in this case, Sui as well has been getting more popularity. It's still number 17 in market cap. Cool. But it's very, very close from all-time high levels, minus 7% due to its correction today. Still great job for Sui, overtaking other famous older coins like Litecoin, Uniswap, Pepe. That's good. Okay, cool. What else is been going up or down? I want to see. Book of Meme is up 30%. Meme coins are up a lot. Cat in a Dog's World. Mew is the ticker. It's up 28%. Bitcoin Cash. Why is this up 17%? Athena 16%. Lido DAO 12%. Bitcoin SV 12%. eCash, I never heard of this. 12%. Pepe is up 12% today. Floki, 11%. Ordi, 11%. Bonk, 10%. Core, 10%. Thorchain also 10%. And Jupiter. Jasmy, Beam, Immutable X, 9%. Phantom, 8%. Filecoin, HBAR, Notcoin, WorldCoin, all 8%. And then the rest are random coins. Cool. Top losers is BitTensor, Tau. It had a big day yesterday, I think, or the day before. It was increasing a lot in price, I recall. Yeah, we had this increase in price. So it was one of the top movers one of the days that I was probably streaming. So now it's making its correction. Same thing with Sui. It had a great day yesterday and day before. It's currently making its having a correction. So fair enough to see them in the top losers point. Tron, Avalanche are also down 1% for whatever reason. Say and Aptos are also in here, down 2%. Cool. That's all we have for the price movers of today. All right. That's what I'll end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. Probably Wednesday. All right. Take care.